Light for local artists. Lincoln's mayor is set to make an announcement for musicians in the capital city. What the program offers are artists. And Texas Tech turmoil. Several athletic directors having discussions about not scheduling games against the Red Raiders. How the Huskers are responding to the movement. And an Only on 8 exclusive, succeeding through struggle.
Roles of lenders and me is to help these younger producers.
How one financial expert is helping farmers and ranchers affected by the massive wildfires. Only on 8, a new resource for Nebraska farmers and ranchers when they need it the most, and it's completely free. They've been getting hit hard. We had the largest wildfire in state history a few months back. More than 820,000 acres burned. Now those relying on the land for their income, searching for a path forward. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for staying up with us tonight. I'm Rod Fowler. One financial expert is sharing his expertise through one-on-one counseling and workshops. He's helping farmers make a plan and get them to where they need to be. Channel 8's Danielle De Silva joins us now with the story. Danielle?
Rod, from historic fires followed by drought to flooding, it's been difficult times for sure, but David Haupt has seen his share of ups and downs in agriculture. Now he's sharing what he's learned from the 1980s farm crisis to the ethanol boom of the 2010s, all to help the new generation of farmers and ranchers succeed despite the struggle. David Haupt just became a financial analyst with the Center for Agricultural Profitability, not even a year after his retirement. In partnership with Nebraska Extension, his position was created through a grant by the Distressed Borrowers Assistance Network and the Rural Response Hotline. He's hosting workshops and now will offer one-on-one counseling to those who need it, completely free and completely confidential, no strings attached. Why?
It was kind of God's timing, actually, primarily because I have no skin in the game. In other words, I'm not their lender, so I'm not going to judge them from that aspect. I'm not their marketing advisor, so I'm not making money off of that. Roles of lenders and me is to help these younger producers manage their way through these lean margin periods of time that we're going to be facing, and that agriculture has faced many times in the past, but that this generation maybe hasn't seen as much of.
Haupt says over the past 5 decades, he's seen ag resources become more helpful and farmers and ranchers become more connected to each other. As for the lender's role, they have become more savvy with the process of giving out loans, doing so based on the producer's ability to pay it back, rather the amount of collateral that they have. His goal today is simple.
Hopefully they'll walk away with options. They're going to come in and probably show us a balance sheet, income statements, tell us what their concerns are, tell us what their goals are, tell us, I'm at point A, I want to get to point B or C. How do I get there? That's what they can walk out of a one-on-one financial consultation with, some self-confidence that, okay, I got these 3 options I can perhaps pursue.
His ideal client? Someone considering a fairly major decision, like buying a farm or expensive piece of equipment.
Maybe just someone who, man, I've lost money like 2 or 3 years in a row and I got to do something different.
Haupt's office is currently located in Kearney, but he will offer both in-person and Zoom consultations. He tells me his first client is a farmer from Lancaster County. We will have information on how you can contact Haupt in this article at klkntv.com. Reporting live, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Danielle. Breaking now, Big Ten officials are set to talk about a movement not to play Texas Tech in any college sports. This coming as Nebraska Athletic Director Troy Dannon informs his staff today they are not allowed to schedule Texas Tech. Big Ten officials are starting this movement because of Brendan Sorsby. He's being granted a preliminary injunction making him eligible to play the season after his gambling rehabilitation. Texas Tech releasing this statement not too long ago. They say they remain committed to supporting Brendan's recovery and ensuring compliance with the court's order. Let's get you up to speed on the severe weather we've been seeing in some spots of the state today. Here's a live look outside from our network of cameras. A hot and humid one today that did spark some thunderstorms earlier. So what does it look like now? Let's check in with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro for the latest. Dom.
Hey, good evening, Rod. We're still keeping track of a few showers and thunderstorms out there, now in a different spot than our earlier shows, mainly with a focus then out towards North Platte as a second line of showers and storms now working its way through the panhandle and into now central portions of the state. Starting out here with a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. This one for Frontier, Hayes, Lincoln, and Perkins County until 10:15 Mountain Time, 11:15 p.m. Central Time. This storm is warned for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as it moves off into the north and east at about 40 miles per hour. It looks like it's just moving through the North Platte area right about now. Then another storm off to the north and slightly to the west of that. This for Cherry and Sheridan counties in far northwestern Nebraska there, also until 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 p.m. Central Time here. Still keeping an eye on the chance for damaging winds with this as well. Still have a severe thunderstorm watch in place for western portions of the state. That did expand into southwestern Nebraska, previously replacing that tornado watch that we had earlier today. Quiet though here in the capital city on your Owl Communications camera, as then we're looking at very warm temperatures here in southeastern Nebraska. 83 for your current temperature at almost 11 p.m. Only getting warmer though as we head into your Tuesday forecast. A heat advisory in place from 1 to 9 p.m. tomorrow for eastern Nebraska. Heat index values up to 105, if not a couple degrees warmer. We'll have a better look at that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Dominic. New developments tonight on the parasite problem picking up speed here in the United States. Officials say the number of confirmed cases of New World screwworm have now doubled. Tonight, their plan of action on how to end the outbreak is taking shape. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson has the details for us. Mackenzie?
Yeah, cases of screwworm are spreading, and now so is concern. Officials releasing a new dashboard tracking the active detection in animals. You can see it's no longer contained to Texas. Now, they just recently updated this map, and they're also saying this is spreading beyond cattle to other animals.
These developments obviously represent a serious threat to our livestock and wildlife, but they haven't caught us off guard.
On Monday, officials gathering in Texas to outline their plan of attack when it comes to the parasitic New World screwworm. The fly burrows into animals feeding on their flesh. It can be deadly. Last Wednesday, a confirmed case of screwworm was found in a calf, marking the first time a cow has been infected in 60 years. Since then, authorities say it has spread. 3 calves are being treated along with a goat and now a dog in New Mexico. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins says they saw this coming ahead of time.
We have been prepared and preparing since early last year for the reemergence in America. This project already was on warp speed, but now it has been put at literally the very top priority for the Department of War and the Army Corps of Engineers.
Officials already releasing more than 4 million sterile flies in the areas where they're monitoring cases. These flies will mate with screwworm flies and prevent them from reproducing. Rollins says this program is the best attack they have, and they're working to produce more of the sterile flies to release. But they're also calling on ranchers in Texas and along the border to be vigilant.
They now become the front lines for this battle. We now know what the enemy looks like. We now understand what we have to do.
Officials reassuring everyone that the screwworm does not impact food, and this is not something to worry about when buying groceries. Rollins says they're working quickly to eradicate the infestation as soon as possible.
Our goal is to have enough sterile flies deployed and out into Texas and wherever else this happens to be before the next summer season pops up.
Though officials believe this can be contained, worry is spreading. Nebraska cattlemen keeping a close eye on the situation. They're meeting with Senator Pete Ricketts to talk about what's being done to keep herds safe. Ricketts says the USDA is leading the fight with funding from the Senate. He also goes on to say Nebraska is the beef state, and he'll never stop fighting for our farmers and ranchers. Reporting in the studio, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Mackenzie. New at 10, correction officers in Buffalo County reinforcing their self-defense skills. The prison staff training to keep themselves prepared to act and defend themselves in case of an attack from an inmate. Take a look at this. The training focused on a system of restraint called the wrap, which you can see here, keeps a person in an upright seated position. The sheriff's office says this can be a life-saving technique for everyone involved. Also new at 10, the Lincoln Police Department shedding some light on one of their training staples. We're talking about their taser exposure for officers in the academy. Look at Yeah, boy, they're getting hit, aren't they? LPD says it helps them learn how to quickly de-escalate a situation without their firearms. Lincoln police say last year, officers used a taser in the field 47 times out of nearly 114,000 calls for service. That's a 0.04% rate. Well, stay with us. We have more heading your way after the break, including recruits rejoice. It's the final week of training for Lincoln Police Department recruits before their graduation. Why their last bit of physical testing looks like this.
And two big headlines to make you aware of on your Tuesday forecast. First, the excessive heat, and then followed by chances for showers and thunderstorms as we go through the afternoon and evening. I'll have a full look at your forecast coming up next.
Safety front and center of her proposed budget. Unveiling the two-year budget today, it calls for a $14 million increase from this year's budget for a total of $316 million. The plan here, it keeps the city property tax rate unchanged. Some of the areas of focus: health and safety, infrastructure, and economic opportunity. Channel 8's Emma Norwood with what it means for you, the taxpayer.
Keep Lincoln safe, strong, and growing. That's the focal point for Mayor Leary and Gaylor Baird's proposed 2026 through 2028 budget.
Lincoln residents count on excellent city services that make life better today, and this budget will do that and position our community for an even more prosperous future.
The mayor's proposed budget totals more than $316 million in tax-funded spending during the first year, and then more than $334 million in the second. These two graphs showing where that money will come from, broken down between sales taxes, property taxes, and other revenues. But at the forefront of it all, public safety.
This proposed budget continues solid investment in public safety that looks like adding police officers, adding firefighters and paramedics and EMTs, adding another ambulance medic unit, and continuing to make sure that we have partnerships that also promote the safety no matter what kind of emergency need our community members have.
The budget also directs funding toward Lincoln's infrastructure, including roads, sidewalks, water, affordable housing, and community partnerships. This graph showing how much funding each of those focuses would receive. Through projects like Central Library, Project O Street, Canopy Yard, and the Multi-Model Transportation Center, Mayor Gaylor Baird says her emphasis on improving quality of life is made possible.
I'm so proud that we are continuing on our foundation of success with this budget as we grow an even safer, stronger, more successful, growing community. We've got a lot of things to be excited about in Lincoln. We're making some major civic investments that will grow quality of life and economic opportunity for our community members for generations to come.
There will be a public hearing on the mayor's budget on August 3rd before City Council votes to approve it on August 24th. The new budget starts September 1st. Reporting in Lincoln, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
And speaking of the mayor, happening tomorrow, she's going to be making a major announcement. She and music community representatives will be talking about the Music Box Artist Development Program. It's a program that's designed to prepare local musicians for success in the music industry. The announcement is at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon at the Music Box. We'll get you caught up with what she says about the program in our evening shows tomorrow. A busy day tomorrow for the Lincoln Public School Board as well. They're going to be holding a meeting tomorrow night. They're going to be voting to approve a raise for not only the superintendent, but also voting on raises for nutrition workers and paraeducators. We'll be breaking down the ins and outs of all of those topics in our morning show, so make sure you wake up with us to get informed.
Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
Well, the western end of the state certainly active for severe weather as we've gone throughout your Monday evening. Still have a severe thunderstorm watch in place until 2 a.m. for a handful of counties out in the Panhandle and far southwestern Nebraska. Again, 2 a.m. Central Time, 1 a.m. Mountain Time. Then no downstream watches issued at the moment. But that's something we'll keep an eye on with you here through the overnight hours. Taking a look then back here in southeast Nebraska, it's been fairly quiet here for your Monday night, though definitely on the warmer side as we take a look at your Honda of Lincoln camera, looking off then to the south and west. Temperatures out west there, 60s, mid 60s, a few 70s, and then you get here into southeast Nebraska, where it's almost 11 p.m. at night, and we're looking at the temperature here at 83 degrees in Lincoln. I'm not kidding. 83 here in the capital city, 81 in Beatrice, 83 as well in Hebron, and up in Omaha, 81 degrees here. And the humidity certainly definitely a factor in that, as we see those dew points in the upper 60s, low 70s. Oftentimes, the more moist your air mass is, the better it hangs on to temperature. So that not helping as well then as the heavy cloud cover too. So all of those factors really just leaving us with a humid and warm evening here. A light shower passing through the Beatrice area. We're not expecting anything severe out of this, but hopefully then a little bit of rain for those in Gage County. And as we take a step back, this is kind of the main player we're keeping an eye on tonight. This kind of cluster up into the north and west, and then this line of showers and thunderstorms moving through southwestern Nebraska. Now, I had all sorts of time to kind of mess around with a bunch of different models. Some of this took that line all the way to the east here. However, it finally settled here on the model that says, well, I think it gets a little bit further, then kind of starts to fall apart. We've seen a little bit of weakening in this line already, but still enough to maintain that severe threat, I think, for a couple more hours. Then ultimately it's going to run into some more stable air here in eastern Nebraska, and then through cooling then through the overnight hours as well. I think those do kind of start to fall apart before they can at least get to us here in the capital city. Then fair passing an amount of passing clouds there. Holy smokes, you can tell it's almost 11 o'clock. A couple of passing clouds there in southeastern Nebraska for the start of the day Tuesday. Better chances then for showers and strong to severe thunderstorms as we go throughout the afternoon and into the evening here for your Tuesday, and we'll see how far those try and make it then to the east. I think we'll have at least a fair amount of what we call a cap in the atmosphere, so it's almost like putting a lid. The air tries to rise and it hits a point where there's some air warmer above it, so it doesn't really want to rise. It stops, and that kind of keeps the lid then on the atmosphere. We'll see if that can last through the overnight hours, and then ultimately looking at maybe a few lighter showers as we head into Wednesday morning and starting to clear out just a little bit here for lunchtime. So we might even see a little more sunshine as we head towards your Wednesday afternoon. In terms of severe weather potential, though, just because this one model isn't keen under storm chances, there's still a possibility here in eastern Nebraska. That slight level 2 out of 5 risk in place. All severe weather hazards on the table, including a tornado or two, especially in these light green counties here behind me. A large hail potential stretching from Grand Island out to the west there towards North Platte, and damaging winds a possibility, that extending it towards us here in the capital city. So something we just need to be weather aware prepare on going forward. And if that wasn't enough, it's going to be hot and humid for your Tuesday afternoon. Temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. A few spots in southwestern Nebraska may even see the triple digits marks. And us in eastern Nebraska are likely looking at heat index values then close to the triple digits, if not 105 degrees. So be sure to take the proper precautions there. Start drinking that water now. As we head into Wednesday, temperatures still hanging around to the mid-90s. Back, though, into the mid-80s as we close out the work week. Should see a little bit of sunshine there, too, as we close out things. Another chance for showers and thunderstorms we head into the weekend. But then back into the upper 70s for Flag Day. So that's going to feel very nice after the next couple of days. All right, kind of a fun question for you tonight, Rod, on weather trivia. Which of these objects have shown up on weather radar?
Bugs.
It was all of them. We had you covered tonight. All of these have shown up on weather radar at least some point. So bugs, interstate traffic, mountains, they usually have some software to kind of filter that out. Wind farms, tumbleweeds. So all sorts of odd things have shown up on radar.
You kind of tricked me. There was no all of the above as an option, though. Having fun with you. All right, thank you, Dominic. New at Lincoln Police Department recruits are nearing their graduation ceremony. Before they can officially become police officers, they have to complete their final physical test. Look at that. This high jump is just one of the 5 skills they have to complete to pass the program. They say 2 of their recruits were able to get up to 29.5 inches on their vertical. Now, the average NBA player has an average vertical of 28 inches. So those 2 are right up there with some professional athletes. Pretty impressive. Coming up next, we're going to head into the Sports Zone with Nate Johnson, who's talking Husker baseball. After one Husker freshman was named as a second-team freshman All-American. We're back in just a little bit.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Well, welcome back into the Sports Zone. Hope everyone had a great weekend, and thanks for joining us tonight. We start with some Husker baseball as Drew Grigo was named a second-team freshman All-American. The National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association releasing the selections today. Grigo becomes the third freshman All-American under head coach Will Bolt. The Nebraska native earning Big Ten Freshman of the Year honors and becoming the sixth player in program history to be named Conference Freshman of the Year. Grigo batted .326 with 13 doubles, a triple, 7 home runs, 44 RBIs, and 33 runs scored. A big congrats on the award. The College World Series officially has its final 8 teams. The action starts this Friday with West Virginia and Troy matching up at 1 p.m. on ESPN. Following that game, North Carolina and Ole Miss will play at 6 p.m. And then on Saturday, Oklahoma will play Alabama, followed by Georgia and Texas. Both games we played on ESPN, of course, and this year there's going to be 5 SEC teams, but none of this year's squads made the tournament last year, making for some new and fun storylines to be made on the greatest show on dirt in Omaha starting later this week. And hey, if you're going to be up in Omaha this week or at any point throughout the College World Series, we would love to see. Scan the QR code on your screen to download our Now Local News app, get behind-the-scenes access from our Channel 8 team, get paid for your submissions, and see your videos featured right here on Channel 8. We'd love for you to be a part of the action. Nebraska women's basketball found out its Big Ten home and away opponents for next season. It's pretty clear they will once again have a pretty tough conference slate, not to mention that Nebraska will play home and away games against Iowa. The Hawkeyes will be one of Nebraska's 7 Big Ten home opponents that earned NCAA tournament bids a year ago. Now, the Huskers will also welcome Wisconsin and Penn State to town next year. Nebraska's Big Ten road schedule will feature a trip to Los Angeles to face the defending national champions UCLA and a revamped USC squad that hopes to see their star Juju Watkins return to the court. Now, here's a look at all of Nebraska's home and away games for 2026-2027 season. Big Red finished last year at 19-16 and 7-11 in conference play. The Huskers are coming off its 3rd NCAA tournament appearance in the past 4 seasons, and I'm excited to see how first-team All-Big Ten point guard Britt Prince will look next year as she's already entering her junior season. And speaking of women's basketball, well, Nebraska hired a new assistant coach today, Brad Fisher, who previously helped Wisconsin Oshkosh to back-to-back NCAA Division III Final Four appearances. And he's joined the staff. Amy Williams said in part of a statement, quote, "We are excited to add Brad Fisher to the Husker women's basketball family." Well, finally, Matt Rule spoke today on the Huskers radio about the upcoming Battle of the Boneyard 7-on-7 event, a really cool event showcasing some of the nation's top high school talent. And also, apparently, a special announcement is on the way. Here was Coach.
We have people who love the Huskers and love competition. They'll come watch. And we're going to make a really special an announcement at that. So I think people are going to want to be there for that. But you can bring your kids. You can come out. You can watch some of the best players in high school recruiting compete. You can sit in the stadium, get yourself ready for the fall.
And it is really a fun event. I was there last year. A lot of fun, a lot of talent on that field. And that event is on June 20th. That will do it for Sports Tonight. Rod, we'll go ahead and send things back over to you.
Thank you, Nate. We'll be back with a final check of your forecast.
And as a reminder, a very hot and humid forecast on the way for your Tuesday afternoon. Heat advisory in place for eastern Nebraska from 1 to 9 p.m. Heat index values could approach 105, if not a couple degrees warmer. Make sure you know the signs of both heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Take a picture of this, save it for later. Important as we go throughout the afternoon here. Monitor yourself and others as we go throughout the day. Then warmer temperatures sticking around then through Tuesday, Wednesday, and then finally cool down as we head towards Thursday. We have a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday night, and then we'll see another chance Wednesday night before we look to wrap up those storm chances, at least for a couple of days there. I know we've been fairly busy in the weather department on that side of things, so we'll continue to keep an eye on things for you, and we'll have the latest updates on our weather team here coming up in the morning.
All right, thank you, Dominic, and thank you so much for staying up late with us tonight. Andrew in Houston will be here bright and early at 5 o'clock. Jimmy Kimmel is coming up next. Have a great night.